A very good morning, students, and welcome back to the statistics class. Today we will learn the next concept, that is types of classification. Before moving to the types of classification, we will just recall what we learned in the previous class. That is, we started with the third chapter with the meaning, definition, and the objectives of classification. Now, when I say classification, what does it mean? Can anybody give me the meaning of classification in your own words? What is classification, students? You classify the things, okay? You classify the data based on their common characteristics, okay? You classify the data based on their common characteristics. Okay, okay. Okay, Mohammed Adil says division. That means you divide the data. It is not dividing exactly. You can say dividing the data based on the common characteristics. Okay, when you say division, it is like you divide into two parts. Okay, you classify, you segregate based on their homogeneity. That is based on the similarities of that particular data. Okay, that is called as classification. And we also learned the objectives. Can anybody give me the various objectives? First one. Okay, Salome is telling it is nothing but classifying the data based on the common features. Very good. Okay, okay, that means you have understood what is classification. Now give me the objectives. What is the first one? First objective. Quick, students, we have written the notes. At least see the notes and give me the answers. Which is the first objective? Reduce the size of the data. Okay, ನೀವು ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ? ಕ್ಲಾಸಿಫಿಕೇಶನ್ ಮಾಡುವಾಗ ಆ ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಡೇಟಾದ ಸೈಜ್ ರೆಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಬೇಸ್ಡ್ ಆನ್ ದ ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟರಿಸ್ಟಿಕ್ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಈಚ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸಿಫಿಕೇಶನ್ ಬೇಸಿಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಆ ಸೈಜ್ ರೆಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಈಸಿ ಟು ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಡೇಟಾ ಆಲ್ ಅಬೌಟ್. Okay, so you can reduce the size of the data. Yes, students, are you all there? You have to be very active, not like this. Second one, give me the objectives. Second one, okay, to bring the similarities together. Good. Second one is to bring the similarities together. That means when you classify, what you do, all the similarities will come together in one group. Okay, so if I want to segregate, or if I want to classify your class based on your performance of your marks, okay, above 90%, above 80%, above 70%. So I can, it brings all the similarities together, all the 90% and above students in one group, all the 80 and less than 90 in one group. So it brings all the similarities together. Okay. Third one, okay, Roshan says to facilitate comparison. Good. Facilitate comparison. So ಈಗ ನಿಮಗೆ comparison ಮಾಡಬಹುದು based on the data you have segregated. You can easily make comparison. Okay. Next one. Fourth one. It gives importance to the significant features of the data. It gives importance to the significant features of the data. Okay. That means, okay, all the what you say, unnecessary data yavudadu idre, we can eliminate those data. Okay, when you classify the data, all the related data will be together, and the ones which are unrelated or unnecessary, which are not required, those can be easily removed, and only the important one will be given importance. Only the important or significant data will be given importance. Okay, and the last one, okay, Suhas is telling to further enable further statistical analysis. Okay, you can easily make statistical analysis. ಈಗ ನೀವು ಕ್ಲಾಸಿಫಿಕೇಶನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ, ಸೊ ನಿಮಗೆ ಈಸಿಲಿ ಒಂದು ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಮೆಥಡ್ ಅನ್ನು ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು, ಒಂದು ಸ್ಟಾಟಿಸ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಮೆಥಡ್ ಅನ್ನು ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು, ಮತ್ತೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಅನಾಲಿಸ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಒಂದು ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಕನ್ಕ್ಲೂಷನ್ ಅನ್ನ ನಿಮಗೆ ಡ್ರಾ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. ಓಕೆ, ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ to enable further statistical analysis. This is all about we learned in the previous class. In today's class, we will learn the types of classification. Okay, I have already told which are the 4 types of classification, students. I've already explained you this topic also. Yes. Which are the 4 types of classification? Can anybody remember? At least any one type of classification. Do you remember what I told in the last class? I said about based on the area or state wise, alphabetical wise. Can anybody tell me? Okay. Okay, nobody is giving me the answer. There are 4. Sorry, students, there was an internet connection problem here. Sorry. Yeah, there was an internet problem here. Okay. There are 4 types of classification. Okay. Which are the 4 types of classification? Chronological. Yes, chronological classification, geographical classification, qualitative classification, quantitative classification. Is my voice audible, students? Is my voice audible? Clear ಆಗಿ ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ನಿಮಗೆ? Okay, you are listening my voice. Okay, good. Okay. So which are the 4 types of classification, students? The 4 types of classification are chronological classification, geographical classification, qualitative classification, quantitative classification. Okay, first one is chronological classification. Okay, chronological classification. What do you mean by the word chronological? What is chronological? Okay, in simple, if I tell you, in order wise ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗೋದು or serial number wise ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗೋದು. ಸೀರಿಯಲ್ ನಂಬರ್ ವೈಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗೋದು, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ಕ್ರೊನೊಲಾಜಿಕಲ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೇವೆ. ಸೊ ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ABCD. Okay, you know ABCD, right? Okay, best example I can give you. ಈಗ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಹೆಸರು ರಿಜಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಬುಕ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ, ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮ್ಮ ರಿಜಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಬುಕ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಅಟೆಂಡೆನ್ಸ್ ತೆಗಿತಾರೆ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್. ಹೇಗೆ ತೆಗಿತಾರೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಟೀಚರ್ ಅಟೆಂಡೆನ್ಸ್? ಅಕಾರ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಟು ದ ಆಲ್ಫಾಬೆಟಿಕಲ್ ವೈಸ್. ಓಕೆ, ಎ ಇಂದ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಆದಿಲ್, ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಒನ್ ಇಸ್ ಬಶೀರ್, C from anybody, Cynthia, D, Darren. Okay, like alphabetical it will go. Okay, you can say like Abhinazar. Okay, I will give you best example. Abhinazar. Okay, Akshata, Diksha. Okay, Ganesh. Okay, it goes how alphabetical wise. So this is known as chronological. You specify the names in a chronological order, or it can be serial number wise. Okay, 1 2 3 4 ಹಾಗೆ ಕೂಡ ಹೋಗಬಹುದು. ಈಗ ನಿಮಗೆ ರಿಜಿಸ್ಟರ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಹೇಗೆ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ? ನಂಬರ್ ವೈಸ್. ರಿಜಿಸ್ಟರ್ ನಂಬರ್ 1, ರಿಜಿಸ್ಟರ್ ನಂಬರ್ 2, ರಿಜಿಸ್ಟರ್ ನಂಬರ್ 3. ಆಸ್ ಪರ್ ದ ಆಲ್ಫಾಬೆಟಿಕಲ್ ನಿಮಗೆ ನಂಬರ್ಸ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಸೀರಿಯಲ್ ನಂಬರ್ ವೈಸ್. ಇಟ್ ಗೋಸ್ ಇನ್ ಅ ಆರ್ಡರ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗುವಂತದ್ದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತೇವೆ? ಕ್ರೊನೊಲಾಜಿಕಲ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೇವೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ವಾಟ್ ಡು ಯು ಮೀನ್ ಬೈ ಕ್ರೊನೊಲಾಜಿಕಲ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸಿಫಿಕೇಶನ್ ಇನ್ ಸ್ಟಾಟಿಸ್ಟಿಕ್ಸ್? ಸೊ ನಾವು ಸ್ಟಾಟಿಸ್ಟಿಕ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಗೆ ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ orderly arrangement of statistical data according to the time, date of happening of an event, then it is called as chronological classification. Example, ಈಗ ನೋಡಿ, ಈಗ ನೀವು you are making a statistical study. Consider Nisarga is making a statistical study on ಪಾಪ್ಯುಲೇಷನ್. ಈ ಇಂಡಿಯಾದ ಪಾಪ್ಯುಲೇಷನ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ನೋಡ್ತಾಳೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, she will make that study. Okay, now she want the data. Now she will choose chronological classification, okay, for the study. Why? Because she wants many years data. ತುಂಬಾ ವರ್ಷದ ಡೇಟಾ ಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಅವಳು ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾಳೆ? ಪ್ರೀವಿಯಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಪ್ರೀವಿಯಸ್ ಇಯರ್ ಇಂದ ಎಲ್ಲ ಡೇಟಾ ತಗೊಳ್ತಾಳೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಅಂಡ್ ಶಿ ವಿಲ್ ಅರೇಂಜ್ ಇಟ್ ಆರ್ಡರ್ಲಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಅವಳಿಗೆ 1931 ಇಂದ data security, that is in 1931 she has got 279. Forget about the population number, we want the years. Okay, so she has taken the data from 10 years. Okay, 10 years in the ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದೆ from past 10 years, from consider from 2010 till 2020. So ಅವಳಿಗೆ different ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ resource ಇಂದ ಅವಳಿಗೆ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ data ಸಿಕ್ಕಿದೆ. Okay, now she will arrange the data according to their year wise. So here I have arranged the year wise. First is 1931, after that which comes 1941, 1951, 1961 and so on. Okay, you arrange it according to their years, the year of happening. Okay, for example, I will mix a group of students. Okay, different age group wise irtare. Okay, different age group from the year 10 years ಇಂದ 20 years ತನಕ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಒಂದು ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ. ಓಕೆ, ನಾನು ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೇನೆ, ಅವರದ್ದು ಏಜ್ ವೈಸ್ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ತೇನೆ ನಿಲ್ಲಿಗೆ. ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಮೇಕ್ ದೆಮ್ ಟು ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಅಕಾರ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಟು ದ ಏಜ್ ವೈಸ್. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ 10 years, next one whoever is 11 years boy, 12 years girl, 13 years boy, it can be anyone, but you arrange according to their happening of the event, according to their age. That is called as chronological classification. Here what you do, you arrange. It is not in an ascending and a descending something like that. It is accordingly arranged in an orderly manner. That is called as chronological classification. Hope you all understood what is chronological classification. What is it? You orderly arrange the data, the statistical data based on its happening. That means whenever the event occurs, yavaga event agutte avaga ಆ ಟೈಪ್ ಅದರ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ನೀವು ಅರೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತೀರಾ. Okay, that is called as chronological classification. Okay, hope you all understood this first point, first classification. Anybody has the doubt? Any doubt in the first point? Okay, that means you understood the first one, chronological classification. Second one, geographical classification. Now, what do you mean by geographical? Okay, here in geographical classification, what happens here? It is in a geography or location wise. ನೀವು ಇಲ್ಲಿ classify ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ. ಹೇಗೆ classify ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ? Based on their area or based on the district or cities or states. Okay, ಆ particular area, ಆ particular state ಗೆ ನೀವು focus ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ. So best example I will give you. Overall Indiaದು election ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. Okay, election ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ನೀವು ಟಿವಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಟಾಟಿಸ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಡೇಟಾ ಹಾಕ್ತಾರೆ ಅವರು. ಓಕೆ, ನೀವು ನೋಡ್ತೀರಾ ಎಲೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಓವರ್ ಆಲ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾದು. ಸೊ ನೀವು ಈಗ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ವೈಸ್ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಸಿಗ್ಬೇಕು, ಯಾವ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ವೋಟಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿದೆ, ಎಷ್ಟು ನಂಬರ್ ಇದೆ, ಎಷ್ಟು ಪರ್ಸೆಂಟೇಜ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಂತ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ನೋಡ್ಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ನೀವು ನೋಡ್ತೀರಾ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕದಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟಿದೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಯು ಗಾಟ್ 375 votes. In Maharashtra you got 275 votes. In Uttar Pradesh you got 75 votes, like this. So you see state wise ನೀವು ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ, ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ವೈಸ್ ಫೋಕಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ. ಓಕೆ, ಕರ್ನಾಟಕದಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ಇದೆ, ಯಾವ ಕಾಂಗ್ರೆಸ್ ಬಂದಿದೆಯಾ, ಬಿಜೆಪಿ ಬಂದಿದೆಯಾ, ಓಕೆ ಬೇರೆ ಯಾವ್ದಾದ್ರು ಬಂದಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಯು ಸಿ ಅಕಾರ್ಡಿಂಗ್ಲಿ, ಯು ಫೋಕಸ್ ಆನ್ ದ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್. Okay, so your geographical classification is nothing but it is a data. Okay, what are these? These are the data is classified on the basis of geographical or location or area wise. It is not only state wise. Now ಈಗ geographical classification ಹೇಳುವಾಗ state wise ಮಾತ್ರ ಬರಲ್ಲ. It can be city wise, ಒಂದು ಹರಿಯಾಣದಲ್ಲಿ ಏರಿಯಾ ವೈಸ್ ಕೂಡ ಬರ್ಬೋದು. ಓಕೆ, ಡಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ಟ್ ವೈಸ್ ಕೂಡ ಬರ್ಬೋದು. ಈಗ ನಮ್ಮ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕದಲ್ಲಿ ತುಂಬಾ ಡಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ಟ್ ಇದೆ, ಆ ಡಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ಟ್ ವೈಸ್ ಕೂಡ ಬರ್ಬೋದು. ಬಟ್ ವಿ ಫೋಕಸ್ ಆನ್ ದಟ್ geographical area or geographical what you say location. So that is called as geographical classification. You classify the statistical data based on their geography, based on the state, based on the district or area wise. That is called as geographical classification. Now for example, Salome wants to make a study. What is the sugar production? Okay, sugar production ಎಷ್ಟು ಇದೆ. Okay, consider ಈಗ 2019 ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸಲೋಮಿಗೆ ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಓಕೆ, 2019 ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ಶುಗರ್ ಪ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಂತ ನೋಡ್ಬೋದು. ಸೊ ಶಿ ವಿಲ್ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ 1 2 3 4 5 states. Okay, she will take major 4 and plus other states as general. Okay, general ಆಗಿ other states ಅನ್ನ ತಗೊಳ್ತಾಳೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಅವಳು ಉತ್ತರ ಪ್ರದೇಶ ತಗೊಳ್ತಾಳೆ, ಬಿಹಾರ್ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾಳೆ, ತಮಿಳ್ನಾಡು ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾಳೆ, ಮಹಾರಾಷ್ಟ್ರ ಅದರ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಆಸ್ ಜನರಲ್ ಓಕೆ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾಳೆ. ಸೊ ಶಿ ವಿಲ್ ನೋ ಆಸ್ ಪರ್ ದ ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಅವಳಿಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಯು ಪಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿ 55 ಮಿಲಿಯನ್ ಟನ್ಸ್ ಪ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಶುಗರ್ ಪ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಗಿದೆ, ಬಿಹಾರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ 20 ಮಿಲಿಯನ್ ಟನ್ಸ್ ಶುಗರ್ ಪ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಗಿದೆ, ತಮಿಳುನಾಡು ಅಲ್ಲಿ 25 ಮಿಲಿಯನ್ ಟನ್ಸ್ ಶುಗರ್ ಪ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಸೊ ಬೇಸ್ಡ್ ಆನ್ ದಿಸ್ ಈಗ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಈ ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಇದು ಡೇಟಾ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿದೆ. ಬೇಸ್ಡ್ ಆನ್ ದಿಸ್ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಈವನ್ ರ್ಯಾಂಕ್, ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ರ್ಯಾಂಕಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ಓಕೆ, ರ್ಯಾಂಕಿಂಗ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಯಾವುದು, ಈಗ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಯಾವುದು, ಓಕೆ ಯು ಪಿಗೆ ಹೈಯೆಸ್ಟ್ ಪ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಇದೆ, ಸೊ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ರ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಇಟ್ ಆಸ್ 1. ಓಕೆ, ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ತಮಿಳ್ನಾಡು ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಇದೆ ಯಾಕೆಂದ್ರೆ 25, ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಹೈಯೆಸ್ಟ್ ಇಸ್ Tamil Nadu. You can rate or you can rank Tamil Nadu as second. Third one, it is Bihar. Bihar has the next third highest sugar production, that is 20 million tons. So third. Next is Maharashtra and other states is 5. Based on this geographical data, the classification of data, you can even, it will be beneficial or it is helpful for us to rank the particular data. Okay, that is called as geographical classification. Okay, here what happens in geographical classification, you focus on particular geography, that is either it can be area wise, state wise, district wise. Okay, it can be any time. Okay, now what is chronological? If I go back, now don't forget what is chronological classification. It is nothing but you orderly arrange the statistical data according to the time. ಆ ಟೈಮ್ ಪ್ರಕಾರ 1 2 3 4 ಅಕಾರ್ಡಿಂಗ್ಲಿ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ನೀವು 1 4 7 9 2 3 ಹಾಗೆ ಮಾಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ನೀವು ನಂಬರ್ ಬರೆಯುವಾಗ ಹೇಗೆ ಬರೀತೀರಾ, ಅಕಾರ್ಡಿಂಗ್ಲಿ ಬರೀತಾರೆ. 1 2 3 4. ABCD ಬರೆಯುವಾಗ ಹೇಗೆ ಬರೀತೀರಾ, ABCD ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಬರೀತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಸೇಮ್ ವೇ, ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ chronological classification. Geographical classification is where you arrange the data, the statistical data based on the geography wise. That is called as geographical classification. Did you all understand the first 2 points, the first 2 types of classification? Did you all understand, students? Give me the answer. Only one student is giving me the answer. Where are others? Yes, Adil, Salomi, Nisarga, Suhas. Now I have to start calling the names. Yes, is my voice audible, students, for you all? I'm not getting response from any other students. Why? Are you all there? Aishwarya, Bhagyalakshmi, Darshan, Neha. I have to start calling your attendance now. Huh? Arshad, Suraj, where are you all? Not responding. Okay, I don't want to waste my time. The next type of classification is qualitative classification. The next third type of classification is qualitative classification. Now, what is qualitative? I already explained what is qualitative when I was explaining the first chapter. What is qualitative? Where we focus on the qualities. Qualities like good, bad, the intelligence, okay, it can be like the sex, that is whether it is a male or a female, whether you are a literate or illiterate, whether you are employed, unemployed, based on your religion. So all these, okay, are called qualitative data, or it can be also called as attributes. So when you call attributes, when the qualitative classification or qualitative feature or characteristics is known of a particular unit, is called as attribute. Okay, so what is qualitative classification? You classify the data based on the qualities. You divide or classify the data based on the qualities. Now, for example, in your class, I will I will classify the data. I will classify the students of your class based on your what you say, maybe your performance level, maybe your performance, your intelligence level. Okay, based on your marks, ನಿಮ್ಮ intelligence ನಾನು ನೋಡ್ತೇನೆ. ಹೇಗೆ ನೋಡ್ತೇನೆ? Okay, 90 to 100% ಸಿಕ್ಕಿದ ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ ನಾನು ಒಂದು ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾಕ್ತೇನೆ. ಓಕೆ, 80 to 90 ಸಿಕ್ಕಿದವರಿಗೆ ಒಂದು ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾಕ್ತೇನೆ. ಓಕೆ, 70 to 80 ಸಿಕ್ಕಿದವರಿಗೆ ಒಂದು ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾಕ್ತೇನೆ. I divide the students based on their intelligence. So that is what is intelligence now? Intelligence is your quality. ನಿಮ್ಮ intelligence ಏನು? ನಿಮ್ಮ quality. So I will divide based on your quality. Now what is quality there? Intelligence. Based on the intelligence, that is quality, I will classify the students for the different groups. Okay, so that is qualitative classification. In simple, if I tell you, it is a data which is classified on the basis of qualitative characteristics or attributes. It can be sex, whether I can divide you as male, female. I can divide you as literacy. Literacy andre no, whether you are literate or illiterate, whether you can write or no. Based on that, your employment, okay, whether you are employed or whether you are an unemployed person. Okay, or based on your religion, I can divide you as Hindu, Muslim, Christian, Sikh, Jain. Okay, I can divide you as per that. Okay, so that is called as qualitative classification. So you divide the particular data or a particular group of data based on the attribute or their qualities. That is called as qualitative classification. Now, when you say qualitative classification, there are 3 types of classification under that. So under qualitative classification, you can divide this particular data on simple. First one is simple or one-way classification. Second one is dichotomous classification. Okay, dichotomous classification. And the third one is manifold or multiple fold classification. Okay, which are the 3 types? First one is simple or one-way classification. Second one is dichotomous classification. Now dichotomous classification is where you can only divide the particular classification into 2. Okay, 2 groups. Third one is manifold, is where you can divide the classification into many number of groups. That is manifold or multiple classification. Now we will learn one by one separately. First one, simple or one-way classification. Simple or one-way classification. Now what does it mean? It is nothing but you classify the units on the basis of single characteristics. Okay, you focus only on one characteristics. That is simple or one-way classification. ಈಗ ನಿಮಗೆ example ಕೊಡ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ I will give you a best example. Okay, now consider the resident of a certain locality. I will consider Harihar as a resident. Okay, Harihar consider ಮಾಡ್ತೇನೆ. So our area dalli I have to see how many are going as an office assistant. Yaralla who and all are working, who's and all is an occupation as an office assistant. Who are working as businessmen? How many are working as teachers? How many are working as bank employees? So I will divide them. Okay, I will see what are their occupation. How many are office assistants? How many are businessmen? How many are teachers? How many are bank employees? So when I do the study of that particular Harihar city, a Harihar resident, nan en martene, I will classify. Okay, nange as per the study nange sikkido 7 members are working as an office assistant. Okay, 5 members are working as a businessman. Okay, 10 members are teachers anta teachers agi work ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ. Okay, 4 members are working as a bank employee. Okay, if you see this data, you are giving a one-way classification. So you're giving only one way. It is not that from ige office assistant ali puna ಬೇರೆ subdivision ಮಾಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ. One single division ಅನ್ನ ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ. Okay, from that particular Harihar city, how many are a particular characteristics. Now teachers ಹೇಳುವಾಗ ಎಷ್ಟು ಜನ ಟೀಚರ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಹರಿಹರದಲ್ಲಿ ಅಂತ ನೋಡ್ತೇವೆ. Okay, we have got 10 teachers. So that is called as single or one way. So this is one way classification. Onde occupation anna matra nodidira. So that is one way or simple classification. Okay, you may get little confused here. I will explain you the second one, dichotomous classification. Now when you say dichotomous classification, it is nothing but two way. Single way alla illi two way agutte. Okay, the classification of units on the basis of single attribute. Okay, ನೀವು single attribute, ಈಗ attribute ಅಂತ ಹೇಳುವಾಗ ಏನು ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ, quality ಬರುತ್ತೆ. Okay, you can consider as the sex, whether it is a male, female, employed, unemployed, it can be anything, into two classes. Okay, a particular attribute or particular quality and a new two subdivision ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ. So that is called as dichotomous classification. Now I will take one quality, that is sex. Okay, now when you say sex, you can consider it as two classes, as male and female. Okay, you consider one attribute, okay, and you divide that attribute into two, that is male and female. Okay, now this data which are classified into two classes, okay, in that what happens is one group will be active and one more group will not be active. Okay, best example I can give you, good or bad, dead or alive. Okay, either the person is dead or he is alive. You cannot give one more option there. It is only dichotomous, two. Okay, good or alive. For example, one more best example is pass or fail. A student, either he can pass or he can fail. No other option is given there. Either he is pass or he is fail. That is dichotomous classification. Okay. Okay, the example I have given, the members of the club can be classified on the basis of sex. Okay, naniga members heluvaga male matte female bartare. Okay, it is male and female. So now in this male, I have considered 30 members of male are active, 20 females are active. Okay, total is 50. So we have 100 members. Now we members heluvaga actually 100 idare. Okay, so they have said 30 are active, 20 female are active. That means 50 are active. So 100 in the 50 minus madidre estu barutte, 50. Okay, how much? 50. Now this 50 has to be divided. Okay, so you have 30 here. So you should see how many are not active. Okay, so it can be active male or not active. It can be either of one. It can be not more than that. So here you divide the male and female population, whether they are very active or whether they are not active, or whether the student have passed in the exam or failed in the exam. That is called as dichotomous classification. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ one way ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ, only one way, no other way. Okay, each is given only single meaning. Whereas here in dichotomous, you divide the attribute or a quality into two classes, and those classes will be sub. Okay, it can be, one can be active or one can be good or another can be bad. One can be passed, one can be failed. You divide according to their classification, according to their qualities. That is called as dichotomous classification. Next one, third one under the qualitative characteristics is manifold classification. Manifold classification andre multiple. Okay, multiple classification ಮಾಡುವಂತದ್ದು. A classification of units on the basis of attribute in two or more characteristics is called as manifold classification. Okay, a particular attribute. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮಗೆ various number of attributes ತಗೊಳ್ಬಹುದು. You can take sex, you can take literacy, you can take employment. Okay, at a time you can take multiple ತಗೊಳ್ಬಹುದು classification ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ. Okay, but you segregate accordingly. Okay, that is called as manifold classification. Simple example ಇಲ್ಲಿ table ನೋಡಿ. Population. Okay, first ನಾನು ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೇನೆ, population ತಗೊಳ್ತೇನೆ. Now when you say population, we have male population, we have female population. Okay, now all these are what? Attributes, qualitative. Okay, ella qualitative ತಗೊಳ್ತೇವೆ. Okay, so when you say population, we have male population, female, women population. ನಾವೀಗ ಮೆನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಲಿಟರೇಟ್ಸ್ ಕೂಡ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿಟರೇಟ್ಸ್ ಕೂಡ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಹೂ ಆರ್ ಲಿಟರೇಟ್ಸ್? ದ ಒನ್ ಹೂ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ರೀಡ್ ಅಂಡ್ ರೈಟ್. ಇಲ್ಲಿಟರೇಟ್ಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಯಾರಿಗೆ ಬರೀಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಓದ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಬರುದಿಲ್ಲ, ದೋಸ್ ಆರ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿಟರೇಟ್ಸ್. Even in women we have literates and illiterates. Okay, now when you say literates, we can do as employed, unemployed. ಯಾರು ಎಂಪ್ಲಾಯ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಕೆಲಸದಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ಯಾರು ಕೆಲಸದಲ್ಲಿ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತವರಿಗೆ ಡಿವೈಡ್ ಮಾಡೋದು. ಇಲ್ಲಿಟ್ರೇಟ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಲವರು ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಕೆಲವರು ಮಾಡುವುದಿಲ್ಲ. Okay, simply we are not doing any work. Okay, we can divide again. Even in women we can divide literates as employed and unemployed. Even illiterates can be divided as employed and unemployed. Now when you say employed, again ನಿಮಗೆ marital status ನೋಡಬಹುದು. ಅವರು marriage ಆಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಅವರು single ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. So each can be divided according to their marital status. Okay, ಎಷ್ಟು ಜನ married, ಎಷ್ಟು ಜನ single ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. So this table, when you see, it is a multiple classification of the data, a multiple classification of the qualities. That is called as manifold classification. You divide a particular attribute, the various attributes, into two or more characteristics. That is called as manifold classification. What is simple or one way? Where only one way classification is done. Okay, only one way classification is done. Whereas dichotomous is where you take a particular attribute, divide into only two classes. You can divide only into two classes, which give you a result of only two. Okay, it can be a good or a bad result, a active or processing or not processing result. And the manifold classification is where it is an attribute, it is a multiple attribute which is segregated according to their classification, according to their data. Okay, that is called as manifold classification. Did you all understand the three types of qualitative classification? What is qualitative classification? It is nothing but the data is classified based on their attributes or qualities. Now when you say qualities, it can be good, bad, their intelligence, the sex, the religion, their employment, their literacy, or any other, based on the qualities, which is not noted as numbers. Only the qualities are known as qualitative classification. And the last one, that is fourth one, quantitative classification. Okay, last one, quantitative classification. Now when you say quantitative classification, it is nothing but you classify the data based on the variable. Okay, now I have explained you what is attribute and variable when I was doing the first chapter. Okay, ನಾನು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರುವಾಗ ವೇರಿಯೇಬಲ್ ಅಂತ ಅಟ್ರಿಬ್ಯೂಟ್ ಅಂತ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೇನೆ. ವೇರಿಯೇಬಲ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳುವಾಗ ವಿಚ್ ಇಸ್ ಇನ್ ನಂಬರ್ಸ್ ಬರುವಾಗ ವೇರಿಯೇಬಲ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೇವೆ, ಅಟ್ರಿಬ್ಯೂಟ್ಸ್ ಬರುವಾಗ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಕ್ವಾಲಿಟೀಸ್ ಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ತೇವೆ. Okay, so when you say the attribute, it is nothing but it is a non-measurable attribute. Attributes are always non-measurable, whereas variable is always a measurable attribute. So yeah, quantitative classification is nothing but the classification of units on the basis of quantitative characteristics or variables. Now when you say variables, quantitative is nothing but in numbers alli ನೀವು classify ಮಾಡುವಂತದ್ದು. So illi when you say height, you can give it as numbers. Okay, 5 feet, or in centimeters if you are giving in 15 centimeters, 35 centimeters, according to the centimeters you can give. Weight, okay, 50 kg, 75 kg, which you denote in numbers alli ಕೊಡುವಂತದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು quantitative ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೇವೆ. Wages, okay, salaries ಕೊಡುವಾಗ 50,000 salary, 25,000 salary, 75,000 salary, 10,000 salary, numbers ಅಲ್ಲಿ specify ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ. So that is also in quantitative classification. ಏಜ್, ನಾವು ಏಜ್ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಹೇಳುವಾಗ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂಡ ನಾವು ನಂಬರ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳ್ತೇವೆ. ಏಜ್ 15 years, 25 years, 75 years, 35 years, ನಂಬರ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳ್ತೇವೆ. ಓಕೆ, ನಂಬರ್ ಆಫ್ ಚಿಲ್ಡ್ರನ್, ಎಷ್ಟು ಜನ ಮಕ್ಕಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ನಂಬರ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಂಬರ್ ಹೇಳ್ತೇವೆ. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಆಲ್ ಕಮ್ಸ್, ದಟ್ ವಿಚ್ ಎವರ್ ಇಸ್ ನೋಟೆಡ್ ಇನ್ ನಂಬರ್ಸ್, ಓಕೆ, ಆರ್ ವೇರಿಯೇಬಲ್, ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ನೋನ್ ಆಸ್ ಕ್ವಾಂಟಿಟೇಟಿವ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸಿಫಿಕೇಶನ್. ಓಕೆ, so here example I have given you. We want to know the group of students classified according to their heights. So height ಪ್ರಕಾರ, so ನಾನು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾಕಿದ್ದೇನೆ heights centimeter wise 140 to 150 ಎಷ್ಟು ಜನ ಮಕ್ಕಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಆ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. We have 6 students. 150 to 160 ಎಷ್ಟು ಜನ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ? 24 ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. 160 ಸೆಂಟಿಮೀಟರ್ and 170 ಸೆಂಟಿಮೀಟರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ಜನ ಮಕ್ಕಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ? 18 ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಲೈಕ್ ದಿಸ್ we will divide a particular data. Total data ಎಷ್ಟಿದೆ? 50. Now this 50 has to divide in each of these variable. So when you divide this data, it will be like this. Okay, so you will come to know ಯಾವ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ಜನ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತ. Okay, so if you want to know how many students have scored above 90, again there you are looking for marks ನೋಡ್ತೀರಾ. ಸೊ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂಡ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? above 90, more than 90. Okay, 80 to 90, 70 to 80. Okay, you divide, okay, based on the marks. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂಡ quantitative ಬರುತ್ತೆ. So that is all about quantitative classification. See, one more example I have given you. Number of families according to the number of children. Okay, 0 ಮಕ್ಕಳಿದ್ದದನ್ನು 10 families ಗೆ ಬರ್ತಾರೆ. 1 ಮಕ್ಕಳಿದ್ದ 40 families ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದೇ ಮಕ್ಕಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. 80 families ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇಬ್ಬರು ಮಕ್ಕಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. 100 families ಅಲ್ಲಿ 3 ಮಕ್ಕಳು. So you divide based on the quantity. That is called as quantitative classification. So did you understand what is the types of classification, students? It will stop now. Yes, it's easy, students. If you understand, you can easily write it. So next class I will make the revision of the first chapter, students. So I want you all to study with the first chapter. Okay, do not go to by heart it, read it, understand it. We will do the revision of the first chapter. I will stop the chapter this year. We will go to the first chapter and we will just revise. I do not want you all to forget the first chapter. So I want you all to study the first chapter also. Okay, study the first chapter and be ready for Friday. I'll ask the